Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going through some CPC exam sample questions. Stick around until the end. It's really helpful for your CPC exam this year. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's start with the first question. Which modifier would be attached to the code for a surgical salpingostomy if the surgeon provided regional anesthesia and completed the procedure? Option A P1, option B 47, option C 25, option D 59. Can you think of the right answer? The right answer is modifier 47, option B. Modifier 47 is for anesthesia by surgeon. Modifier 47 is correct because it indicates that the surgeon provided regional anesthesia in addition to performing the procedure. Option A P1 is wrong because it is a physical status modifier. It is not used for indicating the type of anesthesia provided by surgeon. Modifier 25 is wrong because it is for significant separately identifiable E&M service by the same physician or other qualified healthcare professional on the same day of the procedure. So that is not matching with the question. Option D 59 modifier is wrong because it is for distinct procedural service. It is used when two services performed on the same day are not normally reported together but are appropriate under the circumstances. It does not relate to anesthesia provided by surgeon. Therefore, the right answer will be option B. Next question. A 52-year-old patient had a right breast reconstruction with free flap. The surgeon used microsurgical technique requiring an operating microscope. How would you report this procedure? Check the options. In option A and D, the code is 19364. 19364 is for breast reconstruction with free flap. Option B 19357 is for tissue expander placement in breast reconstruction including subsequent expansion. 19361, that is in option C, is for breast reconstruction with latissimus dorsi flap. In the question they have mentioned free flap. Therefore, the right code will be 19364. Option B 19357 tissue expander placement is wrong because it is not matching with the question, and 19361 is for latissimus dorsi flap. So it is wrong. We have to code for free flap. Therefore 19364 is correct. We are left with option A and option D. They have given 19364 with RT, that is for right breast reconstruction. In option A, along with 19364, they have given 69990. Below the code 19364, there is a parenthetical note. Do not report code 69990 in addition to 19364. Therefore, we should not report these two codes together. Eliminate option A. The right answer is option D. Never forget to check the parenthetical notes below the code. Next question. Which of the following best describes the location of the cerebrum of the brain? Option A below the corpus callosum, option B above the corpus callosum, option C beside the brainstem, option D beside the cerebellum. The right answer is option B above the corpus callosum. If you don't know the answer, you can refer the anatomical diagram in your coding manuals. That is, in your CPT manual, there is a diagram in page number 461 under surgery nervous system. You can see that the cerebrum is above the corpus callosum. You can refer the anatomical illustrations in your ICD-10CM manual also. A physician designed and prepared a prosthesis for palatal lift prosthesis. How should you report the physician's professional service for this process? Check the code in option A and B 21083. 21083 is for impression and custom preparation palatal lift prosthesis. In the question also they have mentioned physician designed and prepared a prosthesis for palatal lift prosthesis. Therefore 21083 is the right code. In option B, along with 21083, they have appended modifier 26. Modifier 26 is used to indicate the professional component of a service when it is separate from the technical component. However, in this case, the design and preparation of the processes are fully covered under CPT code 21083. Therefore, we do not need this modifier. Eliminate option B. The right answer will be option A. Option C and D are HCPCS codes. It is used for miscellaneous prosthetic services and supplies, right? In the question, they have given physician designed and prepared a prosthesis for palatal lift prosthesis. Therefore, we have to code for that. We should not code HCPCS code, that is for miscellaneous prosthetic services and supplies. We will not use HCPCS code in this case because HCPCS codes are primarily used for billing and coding of products and services that are not included in the CPT coding system. The correct answer is option A, 21083, because this code is the most appropriate choice because it accurately describes the service provided by the physician. Next question. Which term describes the surgical creation of an opening into the chest cavity for drainage? They have given the option thoracoplasty, thoracotomy, tracheotomy, thoracostomy. The right answer will be option D, thoracostomy. Because option A, thoracoplasty is surgical reconstruction of the chest wall. Thoracotomy refers to incision into the chest wall to gain access to the thoracic organs, and tracheotomy means surgical procedure to create an opening in the trachea, that is windpipe, to facilitate breathing. The right answer is option D. Next question. Which of the following means to destroy or break down? The correct answer is option B, lysis, because lysis means to destroy or to break down. Option A, PNEA refers to breathing. Option C, ambi refers to both sides. And ISO refers to equal or same. Next question. Dr. Gavin, a pediatrician, continues to follow baby girl Laura, who is not critically ill but requires intensive observation for lung function and respiratory and oxygen monitoring. Laura is 14 days old with the current weight 1200 grams. Dr. Gavin initially provided care on Monday. He continued to see her on Tuesday and Wednesday. How should Dr. Gavin report all 3 days of care? 99468 in option A is for initial inpatient neonatal critical care per day for the ENM of a critically ill neonate 28 days of age or younger. In the question, they have given baby girl Laura is not critically ill. Therefore, we cannot use the code 99468, which is for neonatal critical care. Eliminate option A. Coming to option B, 99460. That is for initial hospital or birthing center care per day for evaluation and management of a normal newborn infant. It is used for initial hospital or birthing center care. And in option B, there is another code 99479, which is for subsequent intensive care per day for evaluation and management of recovering low birth weight infant 1500 to 2500 grams. Option B will also be wrong because the code 99460 is used for initial hospital or birthing center care for evaluation and management of a newborn infant. It is not suitable for a newborn who requires intensive observation and monitoring. Therefore, we'll eliminate option B. Option C, 99477, is for initial hospital care per day for evaluation and management of the neonate 28 days of age or younger who requires intensive observation, frequent interventions and other intensive care services. In the question also they have given requires intensive observation. Therefore, the appropriate code is 99477. In option C, they have multiplied 99477 thrice. But 99477 is for initial hospital care only. In the question they have given he continued to see her on Tuesday and Wednesday. So it is subsequent care. Therefore, we have to use the code 99478 for subsequent intensive care per day for evaluation and management of the recovering very low birth weight infant, present body weight less than 1500 grams. In the question, they have given the weight of the baby is 1200 grams. Therefore, it is matching with the code 99478. We have to use it for subsequent intensive care. In the question, they are asking how should Dr. Gavin report all 3 days of care. Therefore, for the first initial care, that is the first day, we'll use the code 99477. And for the remaining 2 days, we'll use 99478 multiplied twice. I repeat again. Since Dr. Gavin provided care on 3 separate days, he should use 99477 for the first day and 99478 twice for second and third days. Option D is correct. Let us move on to the next question. A foreign body was removed during an excisional debridement procedure involving subcutaneous tissue of Robert's left elbow. Robert suffered an open dislocation to this site. How should the physician code the procedure? Check the code in option A 11012. 11012 is for debridement including removal of foreign material at the site of an open fracture or an open dislocation, skin, subcutaneous tissue, muscle fascia, muscle and bone. Option B 11042 is for debridement subcutaneous tissue includes epidermis and dermis if performed first 20 square centimeter or less. Option C 11010 is for debridement including removal of foreign material at the site of an open fracture or open dislocation, skin and subcutaneous tissue. And option D 11044 is for debridement bone includes epidermis, dermis, subcutaneous tissue, muscle or fascia if performed first 20 square centimeter or less. In the question, they have mentioned excisional debridement procedure involving the subcutaneous tissue and the patient suffered open dislocation to this site. Therefore, the appropriate code will be 11010. That is for debridement including removal of foreign material at the site of an open fracture, open dislocation, that is matching. In the bracket, they have given excisional debridement, which is mentioned in the question, and it is for skin and subcutaneous tissue. Therefore, the appropriate code will be option C. Option A is wrong because it is involving muscle fascia, muscle and bone. That is wrong. Option B 11042 is also wrong because that is for debridement subcutaneous tissue includes epidermis and dermis. First 20 square centimeter or less. This code does not exactly mention excisional debridement. And also in the question they have not mentioned the size. Therefore, we'll eliminate option B. And option D 11044 is wrong because that is for debridement of bone. The right answer is option C.